I'm TheCommissar, and we're watching Forged Alliance Forever. Today, I've got 6v6 on the cards, so there's going to be an awful lot of action to keep track of. Nonetheless, I'm up for the challenge if you are. Let's get stuck in. As this is a custom game, we don't have nice, easy team colours telling us which team is which, but at least we have direction. We have the North team up here, we have the South team down here. Let's meet the North team first. Over here on this little side plateau, we have RyGuys. RyGuys is 1351 rated and UEF. He's in red. Behind him, this is Chancellor. Chancellor is 1529 rated, he's Cybran and he's in dark green. And he's opened first air, which is interesting. Let's see what he does with it. He also notes that he walked a little bit to have to get to that build position, and therefore he's teasing us that that's GG, game's over. He's cost them a second of build time. Everything's completely messed up. Well, we'll see whether that proves to be true in a little while. Spoilers, he's joking. Over here, this is Boomking. Boomking is 1394 rated and Eon. He's in baby blue, and it looks like he's also gone first air, so a crazy amount of air openings for North team. Going on across, we have another Eon. This is BlissfulNoob. He's North team's highest rated player. We'll call him Bliss. He's 1852 rated, and he's in mauve. In the other rearguard air position, this is Smithers. Smithers is 1723 rated and Seraphim. He's in orange. And last but not least, for the Northern team, we have a third Eon. This is Strydxr, who is 1489 rated in grey. So 3 Eon and then 1 of each other race for the North team. Let's see how that compares to the South team. Walking forward there with his base just visible in the background, this is zerbitvii 7th, who's 1139 rated and Seraphim. He's in grass green. Behind him, and again coming forward as you'd expect at this time, we have Phong. Phong is another Seraphim rated 1484. He's in lime green. Moving across closer to the middle, this is glen-luke. We'll call him Glen. He's 1214 rated and Seraphim again, and he's in purple. Now, these ratings you might have noticed are a bit lower than the ratings up top, and this is why, because over here we have the star player for the Southern team, Nomander, who is 2434 rated. That's an insanely high rating. He is Eon, and he's in electric pink. The other air position for the Southern team, and I can just see his comm sauntering forward there in the corner, is taken by Paradox of War. 1855 rated and Cybran, he's in cyan. And last but not least, for the Southern team, getting into this little reclaim field here, with his base somewhere in the background, far away over there. Pro camera work there from me, pro caster. We have KewlDood, who is 1315 rated and Cybran in burgundy. And now the map. That's a lot of reclaims scattered across the middle. We can already see that Zerbit and RyGuys are getting into these particularly large patches here. But there's also huge heaps in the middle. Look at it. It's everywhere. And picking up on that is going to be a key part of the game. And we saw Chancellor go first air. Well, this is why. He's dropped a transport right into the middle with 2 engineers. And he is picking up a bunch of tasty reclaim. Now we can see that Zerbit and Nomander are also doing the same. And I think Nomander's going to try and contest this. Nomander drops, and immediately auto reclaim goes off for Chancellor. But I don't think he's done it manually, and I think Nomander's going to win the reclaim war there. Excellent work by Nomander, who manages to pick off 2 energies with just 1. However, this drop here is a bit less successful, because Bliss has this cheeky little lab out, and he's going to be able to come and pick up this energy before it gets too much. And he's seen the transport, so this lab is coming for this energy. All very good fun. I completely missed an early bomber from Boom, which picked up a couple of energies thanks to his first air, but no matter. Where are we getting now? Okay, we've got some comm action over here. Zerbitvii come forward, but he's met both Strydxr and Smithers. However, there's this turret going up here. There's already a turret up here. So if Zerbitvii falls back, since these comms are still both naked, we should be in for a reasonably good defense by Zerbitvii. He's got multiple turrets up. He's got a comm. He's got production. I think Strydxr and Smithers are gonna have to fall back. This is nice though. We have a little run by from Phong that's just snaking past, and Strydxr setting up all these groups of dudes to defend, but Phong has just crept past, and now Strydxr has to come back and chase them down. Fong's already got a mech down, and Strydxr thinks he's heading that way, but he's not. He's coming round here, and this is some delicious snaky little plans from Phong, creeping around these corners, and somehow he's avoiding the comms, he's avoiding the tanks, he's got 2 mechs and an NG. I love it. What else have we got over here? We got RyGuys coming forward a little bit. We got some gun upgrades going down here. Nomander is very far forward. He's got multiple bombers trying to pick up reclaim NGs and a few tanks, which is nice. Meanwhile, Fong's run by, which you've got to keep a little eye on, is going to continue around here. And I think that mix is going down. 3 mixes is great for a run by that was basically just 4 or 5 tanks. Nomander also going for gun, but Boom is going to beat him to gun, and he's got Chancellor's comm in support. So I think that Nomander might have to watch out. He's got a T1 turret, but a gun upgraded comm should handle that easy peasy. And this run by has picked up another NG. This is great work from Phong for just 5 tanks. Huge value. 3 mixes, 3 NGs. However, we do now have T2 out from Strydxr, and a Blaze Assault tank will easily clean up the rest. And here comes Boom. He's pushing forward. He's taken out that turret, as we said he easily could. And is he going to be able to force a cancel on Nomander? I don't think he is, though Nomander is going to take a bit of damage in the process. And Nomander did get range first, so at least Boom doesn't outrange him. If Boom pushes in with the spam though, then he might do some damage, but Nomander finishes the upgrade and can safely fall back. And Paradox's comm is also around to help, but this is a decent amount of spam from Boom. However, he won't have Chancellor in support just yet, because Chancellor is also on the gun upgrade. Over here, RyGuys has advanced quite well. A little bit of a push up from Cool on this side, and he's getting the gun upgrade, heavily assisted by Mantis. I've been seeing people remember that a lot more than I used to, and I'm loving it. That's like 2 or 3 engineers of support from those Mantis on KewlDood's upgrade. And TML from Phong over here. I love a bit of TML play, and we'll see whether that's able to pay off. Boom hasn't pushed any further. Nomander still sending a few T1 bombers. We just saw one get shot down there, but I think there's enough inties from Boom to hold it off. And Boom and Chancellor are committing to full Rambo, the advanced range upgrade for Boom and the stealth upgrade for Chancellor. On the right though, Cool is losing quite a lot of ground, and this is a big spam push from RyGuys. No, spam push. Don't know what a spaffush is, and I'm not sure I want to find out. Anyway, a big spam push from RyGuys and Chancellor down here, while Cool sends his comm all on his own in that way, and Cool does now have T2 on the field. He's got some rhinos here, but I don't like sending his comm in naked. Okay, it's not naked, he's got the gun upgrade, but unprotected by spam up in this direction. decent amount of spam from Phong and Glen on this side, but they're not going to force a Chancellor on Smithers. Smithers going for Nano. He is exposed there, and this shot could force a Chancellor if they charged in. There's enough, but they're not. They're preferring to go this way and cause problems for Bliss. And Cool is looking very dangerously alone against RyGuys stuff on this side. There's a lot of tanks. RyGuys still naked, but he's got tanks in support, and he's got a T2 PD here and another one going up. And that could really make the difference. Cool is gonna be forced to fall back. And Boom pushing in again over here. Nomander's got gun, but Boom's got gun with the extra range. Boom's got a bunch of Aurora tanks supporting him. Paradox is coming in to help, but Paradox is naked. And Glen is also nearby to defend, so Boom has to be careful of overextending. And Glen's got a decent army with him. Meanwhile, Phong is firing that TML, and look at this, he's gonna brutalize Strydxr's economy. One T2 mechs out, another T2 mechs out. And Fong's just keeping firing, while Zerbit is also going for a tactical missile upgrade here, so heavy TML play on the left from the southern team. Taking out this HQ would also be a great shot from Phong, but at the moment he's just going for the eco. 3 T2 mechs, and it looks like we're about to see a fourth one going down. Over here, Glen is pushing forward, but his spam's coming, but his comm isn't. And that, I think, is a mistake, because there's enough spam from Boom and Bliss to shove him back, and Boom's comm is also in the area. Paradox, no, not firing again quite yet. Is he loaded? Yes, he is. I would try and take out this HQ, but he isn't. However, Glen and Boom do engage. And it looks to me like we got some stuff happening. Let's see what that stuff is. On the left, Strydxr has had enough of this TML rubbish, and he's coming in with a big bunch of Blazes, Obsidians, and his shielded gun comm to do something about Zerbit and Phong. On the right, Cool is pushing in, but there's a lot, and there's some excellent TML work here. Mobile missile launchers taking out these turrets. But this is still a bit courageous from Cool. He's all on his own. RyGuys also has the gun now, and there's still turrets around, and there's still spam around. Strydxr's push, great overcharge there. There is a T2 turret. In fact, there's multiple T2 turrets, and that has worked its way through Strydxr's shield, but this wave of obsidians and stuff is quite powerful. On this side, Cool is, I think he's overextended. He's got gun, he's got stealth, but they can see him, and stealth only gives a few extra hit points, and RyGuys is just gonna mash him. Look, he's down into the red. There's no way Cool gets out of this, is there? Is there? I will tell you the answer is no. Boom, there is our first ejection from the game at 13 minutes. KewlDood explodes, and Strydxr has fallen back on the other side. Now, Cool was also pushing north with an army made of mainly T1 and a few rhinos, but that's getting nowhere. There's a big T1 army from RyGuys, a big T1 army from Chancellor and Chancellor's comm, and we've also suddenly got a newly made horde of what are they called? Pillars, that's the word. T2 UEF tanks swarming down. So this is a big army that Nomander, who's inherited Cool's stuff, doesn't actually have much to stop. Smithers over here is advancing with gun, nano, and T2. He also is all on his own. Will he have more success than KewlDood? I'm not sure he will, because Paradox, for one, has these gunships in the area which could try and take a few pot shots at him, and he's being pung. So they know he's there. He does have ASFs to provide air support though, so that might help. He's also got a TML here, which could do some damage. Let's see whether it gets anything done. But this is where it's at. This huge swarm pushing forward from RyGuys is coming in on the base that Nomander's inherited from Cool. And RyGuys has brought his comm in. He's a little bit injured from the earlier fight, but in he comes. And this is all aggressive units. This is all mobile missile launches with a bit of anti-air defense, and there's only these couple of rhinos mixed in. This army, plus RyGuys' comm, should be more than enough to smash his way through. Smithers' TML is firing, and just as his team took an immense amount of damage from the comm TMLs of Phong and Zerbit, he's getting hits off with that TML. He's doing damage to mexes, which is nice. RyGuys now deep into enemy territory. And he is doing damage, but he's very far from reinforcements, whereas Nomander isn't. Nomander's got this production here, and he's obviously switched straight to rhinos for doing the damage, for doing the close-up defensive work. And yet RyGuys continues pushing. If I were RyGuys, I would take this as a win, kill this mech and then fall back. But I'm not RyGuys, and RyGuys is higher rated than me, so let's trust him on this one, shall we? Smithers has fallen back, but we can see from the veterancy on that TML that it's got some more damage done. We can see mexes have been taken out around here, so good work from Smithers with that. Though Phong is trying to replay the favour with his TML, and he gets a hit on Smithers' comm with the TML, and this is actually quite a big army. Is Smithers actually going to be in trouble? No, he's got T2 point defences to fall back to here. He's got Nano, he's got T2. This might run by though. However, we have to look down here because I think RyGuys is in trouble. He's well out of position. He went on forward. All his spam is dead. Paradox's gun comm is here, and Paradox has a whaler shooting at him. And if this whaler could just work through RyGuys' comm, no problem. And here comes another. RyGuys has a few T1 inties, but they're not going to stop one whaler, let alone two. I think RyGuys is going to go down and out. Ha! He tries to Diplo his way out of it. Are you really going to give Bliss double base? He asks. Yes, says Paradox, who has no qualms about this. And boom, down goes RyGuys. And for Bliss to handle this base and this base over here will involve a bit of multitasking, so I can see why he was willing to do that. Giving Nomander double base, bit more of a problem. Nomander now with these two bases, because he is 2400 rated, which is insane. Anyway, that TML is still firing over here, and is he going for a comm snipe, or is he trying to pick off mechs? Well, it doesn't matter, there's tactical missile defense, so Glenn is protected against this sneaky shenanigan. But North team are now 300 or 400 eco ahead. That's huge. Whatever else it's achieved, RyGuys has kept the South team from concentrating on his mechs upgrades, and those tactical missiles from Phong and Zerbit, they will have helped. But we've got a decent amount of T3 on the field now. I saw some Harbies over here from Bliss, but Nomander is going for snipers. And those will outrange these T2 point defences belonging to Boom. Boom does have the shield, so he might be able to push back and blow up a few snipers before they are able to damage him a lot. And he has got Harbies of his own, and bombers, which are great if they can get through the shielding. But Nomander is supporting his snipers with shields and anti-air, which is of course good play. Smithers' TML still getting some decent mech kills here against Zerbit. Look at that. Boom. Capped T2 mexes going up. He might have more difficulty with these ones because Fong's got TMD here and here. But that was a nice shot in between against Zerbit against Phong. That was a nice shot in between the tactical missile defences. And Phong is standing here repaying in kind. So there's that. This is a big clutch of snipers from Nomander though. And I worry that, yeah look, Boom's shield has gone down. He might be in danger from this sheer amount of sniper fire. Nomader's also got these Harbies getting deep into North Team's territory. Are they going to get some damage? There are whaler gunships out from Chancellor defending them, and Nomander hasn't sent any anti-air in, but Harbies have a lot of shields, and Nomander sent mobile shields with them. A couple of Harbies come in from Bliss. But these mobile heavy artilleries, Serenities, T3 mobile artillery, they're quite expensive. They do a lot of damage at range, and I assume that Boom is bringing them forward to try and counter Nomander's snipers. But they have no answer to the Harbies, and mexes are going down. 3 heavy arties taken out at essentially no cost to Nomander. These gunships are a problem though for Nomander. Another mex goes down as more come in, so good work there. Will they get any more? This mobile arty has been pulled back and they go down. Excellent work from Nomander nevertheless. Double nano on the way for Smithers. I like what that could imply, as it were. And Bliss has come forward with a big T3 army, and there's only really T2 to stop it. Ilshis are great. Oh no, there isn't Othium or 2 in there. But that's a lot of Harbies from Bliss. And I don't think Glen and Phong have enough to push. No, they don't. Look, they're falling back. Fong's comm is here. Could that be under threat from this many Harbies? Maybe. Though, this is also a big patch of reclaim, and don't forget that Harbies have the ability to eat up reclaim. How are those snipers doing? Well, lots of shield support for them, and they are pushing forward. T2 static arty is now the answer that Boomking's going for, but it may be too little too late. And down go his shields again. Boom has got the shield on his comm, so might be able to do some work against them. But I don't feel like he's got enough to stop this huge horde from Nomander. And his shields keep going down due to the amount of fire. If they were to suddenly focus him, I know I'm focusing on this quite a lot, but we've got this yes, look, his shield is down. His shield is down and he's taking damage. Is Boomking about to be ejected by sniper bots from Nomander? He's fleeing. He's fleeing and hoping that his shield will regenerate, but... Oh, and there's also shield disruptors in there. Lovely choice from Nomander. I think he's going to escape, though. A wave of scouts come to keep him in sight. And the sniper bots are still pursuing. They take him down to the red, just 1,300 hit points. He's going to escape, isn't he? He's going to escape. That was insanely close for Boomking, but he makes it out with just 500 HP at his lowest point. Mad. Now, here comes Smithers heading forward. He hasn't got double gun, but he has got double nano and T2, which gives him an amazing 39,000 hit points on his comm. I think these were coming in from reclaim from Nomander, but there's flak in here, and so that's multiple transports of engineers going down. However, this is a lot of T3 from Bliss. This is a very hefty comm from Smithers. Phong could be in trouble. But we gotta note that there were some whalers coming in to try and deal with the snipers, and Paradox is gonna take the air fight. Is he gonna win it? Meanwhile, Fong's Othiums are dying quite fast to this general swarm of stuff from Bliss and Smithers, and I think Phong is about to be left all on his own, because Smithers can of course build T2 turrets thanks to the upgrade on his comm, and Paradox wins the air fight. Nice. Glen's bringing Othiums to help out Phong, and Phong tries a TML comm snipe on Smithers, but I don't think he knows there's double nano. Boom. Smithers just shrugs it off, and Phong keeps pushing. Is that wise? Is that wise? Suddenly, out of nowhere, surprise check-in from Zerbit, and Strydxr may be in trouble. Over here, Phong and Glenn are pushing Smithers. I think Strydxr might be going down. Boom! Our first... no, he's our second ejection, but our first from his team. Oh, whatever ejection, but that's a big horde of gunships coming to deal with the chicken. Over here, Smithers is being forced to fall back. They could probably kill him, but I think I saw... Yeah, Bliss is warning Smithers off killing the lower rated players, especially Glenn, who's only 1200 rated. I say only, but Nomander will inherit, and Nomander's 2400 rated. However, the gunships do some decent damage to the chicken, but Smithers doesn't want to push in against the AA that's down here. Fong's deep into the red, and if they don't want to kill him, they might want to stop shooting. We've now got Nomander bringing a GC forward, which could be nice, and he is still not super heavy on anti-air, but he's mixed in a bit, and there's this big air force from Paradox down here. Over here, Phong is using his TML to try and pick off the point defense that Smithers puts up. Smithers getting a few hits on him from these sniper bots, and he is going to fall back. Where's Nomander going with that GC? Well, it looks like he's splitting up. Some sniper bots this way, some sniper bots, the shield disruptors and the GC coming this way. So this could be where the big fight is. However, I think that Smithers' gunships might actually be coming to take that snipe on Phong. Oh, but we're going to have to watch both of these things. Over here, Zerbitvii chicken has carried on forward with some AA and support, but it's going to meet a different threat. Blissful's GC. Over here, these gunships are smacking through. They're going to hit Phong. They're just going to take out Phong. Boom. Down goes Phong. Meaning that we're down to 4 players aside, and over here, the GC is going to take out that chicken, and then we'll be free to push forward, I think. Can I stop split screening yet? Anyway, here is Nomander's GC pushing in on Bliss. And Bliss might lose quite a lot here, because this GC, it's a GC. It's backed up by a lot of heavily shielded snipers. It's got shield disruptors in support. The units of Bliss are pushing forward, but the GC and snipers are eating them. However, Bliss's own GC arrives in the nick of time and opens up on Nomander's. And Nomander's GC is going down, and Bliss's GC, backed up by these whalers from Chancellor, pushes forward. However, I can see already that Nomander is coming forward with a counter GC of his own, heading in to take the fight. Is Bliss going to keep pushing in the face of all this again? His GC's got some vets, but it is taking sniper fire. No, Bliss is going to fall back, and I think that's wise. Chancellor is advancing with a big contingent of bricks against Paradox, but I hate this. He's under fire from a big bunch of whalers, and Paradox is, as he sends in his ASF to take up the whalers, Paradox sends his ASFs in to defend. This is taking place over South Team's anti-air and stuff. I think that not only is Paradox going to keep some of his whalers, okay, maybe not, but look at the air win. Yeah, he keeps a whaler, and he gets a huge air win over Chancellor, and sure, there's a couple of bricks remaining, but Paradox has his own bricks here, and Paradox has a big wave of Corsair fighter bombers that can clean up the rest, so that may have been a misstep from Chancellor, in my opinion. Nomader's sniper force now under significant pressure from the side, where a Fatty's stepped in, but the Fatty has overextended, and Nomander's GC simply flattens it. However, there are now 2 GCs from Bliss to stop Nomander pushing too much further. And we got to nip across to Zerbitvii, because over here, There's a chicken from Smithers coming in, and rather than head against this huge defensive line from Zerbit over here, where he's also building another chicken, Smithers is just going to walk past. He's just going to walk straight past, and there's a lot he can hit here, like a T3 Mex. Decent push from Glenn as well. And this forward base from Smithers is going to go down to this many off-fumes. That is a lot of off-fumes. This brings some units in support. That GC might actually swing it. Oh, we said there was a big defensive line here. Well, Bliss is going to see how it goes. He's going to just take it with a GC. Will that GC survive? This chicken is not close enough to being finished. I think that Zerbit needs to fall back. Yeah, this GC is going to survive. And that chicken is wasted. Bliss can just clear it up with his GC. Zerbit needs to get out of there. I think Bliss will try and avoid... Actually, it's deep into the red. And I think Zerbit's got an overcharge on it. Boom! Down goes the GC. That chicken will be able to go up. Nice save from Zerbit. What else have we got going on? Well, everything is going on. This chicken is going to be the big problem for South Team, because it's now in the back of Zerbit's base. And what's Zerbit got to do to stop this? He's got a big bunch of T3 mexes here, which he's got 6 T3 mexes, and will they be able to stop this chicken before it does the damage? Nomader's got in with his GC and snipers again, but Bliss has multiple GCs to counter. And this one's got close to the snipers. I think this army's going to be carved apart. And if that weren't enough, Boom has also got a GC coming in. It's GCs everywhere. Back to the chicken though, which is making a mess of Zerbit's base. And we have got a bunch of Notha fighter bombers coming in from Glen to try and do the damage. And they will work through it in the end, but how much damage will this chicken do before it dies? It's already taken out all 6 of Zerbit's T3 mexes, which is insane. And it's really going to hold him back. It's also taken out his HQ. Oh, it hasn't taken out this T2 HQ actually. Take that back. And that was a T3 mex under fire from that TML, which is somehow still firing. Where's that TML? There it is. Yeah, look at that, it's got huge amounts of damage done, and Zerbit's eco is just being utterly mashed. And Bliss and Boom, they've advanced a little bit, but they've seen there are 3 GCs and a chicken from Nomander and Glen respectively. And they've chosen not to push, but that's not going to stop them massing GCs. Bleh. Words, Commissar, words. Here comes a 4th. A 4th GC and a 5th GC, and is there going to be any limit to the number of GCs in this game? Paradox got another good engagement here on the right thanks to his crap, but this fat boy outranges the Mega, and if Bliss can micro it well, that could do the damage. Pushes going on everywhere. This advance could do some damage here, coming down here, a bunch of Harpies and a GC from Bliss, and I would say that Glen's in danger, but I know that Bliss in particular is keen not to let Glen take on the... leave Nomander his base. 3 fatties now. I don't think that Mega's going to survive. This fatty might be close enough for the Mega to take out, and this is a decent contingent of bricks, but that Mega, I think, is going to go down. Gets a nice vet, takes out a fatty, but there's now still 2 fatties up against it. Meanwhile, over here, Nomander's GCs are charging in. Yeah, that crab's dead. These GCs are they going to be a problem for Bliss? He's recalling some GCs. He's got a big load of GCs here. So here's Nomander coming in. Over here, we've got Bliss and Smithers charging on Zerbit, but this is what I didn't notice until I went to split screen. We've got a nuke launcher here, which I think has just launched a nuke, and indeed it has. More GCs coming in from Bliss. That's going to hurt. Now, where's that nuke going? I think the nuke is going to go for Boom, because everybody else has SMD. What's going to happen to poor old Boom, we'll find out on the minimap. Meanwhile, the GCs engage, and this, look at this. This is just GCs everywhere. GCs from Nomander, GCs from Bliss, GCs from Boom. Will there be any let up, as this space is going to be mashed? I don't think Nomander's actually got enough to get through here. It's going to be close, but I don't think he's got enough. And indeed, it was Boom who was the target. He's lost, he hasn't died, but he's lost his core TP mixes, he's lost his HQ. That has got to hurt. And meanwhile, as if Zerba hadn't already lost enough to the earlier chicken, which was taken out by the Corsairs, or Knockers, or whichever they were from Glen, he's now losing his forward base, and his T3 HQ is here and might be taken out. Yet more I-beams from GCs everywhere. Nomander bringing in more GCs. And we do have a chicken coming in here from Glen to help out Zerbit. And Zerbit's running away with his comm over there. But this battle is just unceasing. Everywhere I look, Colossus I-beams. Everywhere I look, those giant face lasers shooting at each other. Sure, there's been a couple of chickens in there, but it's mainly GCs. And the amount of reclaim here is immense. Don't forget that Harpies have the ability to reclaim, so if any surviving army that Bliss ends up with just starts eating this up, that could be immense. I think that Bliss here has seen the experimenters coming in from South Team, and Nomander is going to try and nuke the reclaim. That's pretty cool. But Bliss has an SMD here. And yeah, look, they're falling back, Smithers and Bliss on this side. As down here, Boom is pushing forward on Nomander's production. Here comes the nuke. And the SMD catches it. Amazing. Right, I think that's dealt with for now, so let's focus down here. Quick check over on the right, where the Fatty defense was looking shaky. Look, that was into the red, but the crabs are going down. I think they're safe here for the moment. So over there, we'll check on that in a minute though, because right now, this is where we have to look. We got these GCs pushing forward, and the front lines for Glen and Nomander are in trouble. There are just more GCs coming forward, and since the nuke was blocked, Bliss has all this reclaim all to himself. And North Team is still 300 ahead in the equal stakes. They've collected 250,000 more. They've collected a whole Mabel's worth more of mass over the course of the game. That is quite a lot. Meanwhile, over here, Bliss has finished a nuke launcher of his own and is immediately working on a second, so maybe his answer to nukes is more nukes. And this could be fun as well. Smithers going for the splash upgrade on his gun, so he's going double gun, double nano. Will we get any amazing fun times out of that? I hope so. Makes you feel good on the inside, doesn't it? This is a big push over here. Lot of units at T3 from Chancellor, Fat Boy behind from Bliss, and not quite so much to stop it from Paradox, though he does have another crab coming in. We can make game enders, says Strydxr. Says Smithers. Should have made it 10 minutes ago, says Strydxr. I mean, we're at the stage in the game with 2,000 eco per team that we could probably be making game enders. But at the moment, it's all about the GCs. 5 now coming in from Bliss here. 4 now coming in from Nomander here. Well, we have yet another big mashup of I-beams going off one against the other, or 5 against the 4, or however many. But you know what GCs don't have? They do not have any anti-air, and there's not a great deal of anti-air in here from Bliss. So this could make the difference. That is an awful lot of gunships, and there's a Soul Ripper in there. I'm surprised he hasn't turned on the stealth, so I didn't see it coming. However, who's nuking who? He's going for the reclaim again. He's positioned the nuke a little further from the SMD. So we'll check on that in a moment. And the airfight is taken by Chancellor. Chancellor's going to lose the airfight, but Smithers also has an air army, and that comes in. I don't think Paradox was expecting that. He retreats his gunships. He takes the airfight. I think that Smithers might win this, but his gunships have done the job in as much as there are multiple. He does nuke the reclaim. That's quite a lot of reclaim that's gone up there, about 150,000. He does get the reclaim, and he loses the airfight, so that's going to hurt. But as I say, it's done its job. There are now 5 GCs here from Nomander and none from Bliss. Meanwhile, did I see down here? Yes, Glenn now has Artie up. And who's he firing at? Where's he targeting? Has he specifically targeted it? I don't think so. It's firing at yeah, maybe he has. It's firing at the air grid of Chancellor. And that could be really good if it breaks through. But Chancellor's pretty well shielded with decent tier shields. And now, Bliss is pushing in on Zerbit, and Zerbit has a couple of check-ins, but this is 3 GCs, and that's going to be hard to stop. On the right, Bliss has these fatties. Chancellor has a decent amount of T3, Bliss has a decent amount of T3, but that's a horde of T3 from Paradox and a crab. Which way is it going to go? The experimentals engage over here, and Zerbit might be in a bit of trouble. He's putting up these defences, and he has got SCUs to help out, but they're not Rambo. The crab goes down for Paradox, and this could be a problem for South Team. Not a defense, fighter bombers from Glenn, and that might be enough to see off Bliss. Yes, it is. Bliss is going to fall back up here. Over here, though, another crab does come in for Paradox, but this looks like a dangerous army to stop. Big wave of ASF from Smithers are going to take out the Nothers, but Bliss has already chosen to fall back, and Zerbit is building masses of defense. Now this crab, possibly thanks to the deceivers in here, has got close enough to the fatties to actually open fire on them. And it's going to get through the shield. Will it actually be able to kill a fatty? It's got a lot of hit points for the fatty to work through, and there aren't quite as many T3 units here. Yes, it will. Nice work from Paradox, but he backs up rather than try and take on the other fatty. Now, where are the game enders, though? We did see that Bliss now has 2 nukes, and this one's loaded, so maybe he's waiting to save up for a double nuke. Well, that's a game ender and a half. We have a Paragon going up from Nomander. Do the other team know anything about it? Yes, they do. Have they seen it? Did they say anything about it? They've seen it, but I don't think they actually know it's there, and that could be crucial. They need to find out about it and stop that Paragon going up. Because at the moment, I think North Team have the advantage in terms of map control. They certainly have the advantage in eco. They need to do something. That's a big bank of TMLs. What's it firing at? Not quite sure. Stuff. T3 mexes. There's a lot of T3 mexes here that it could actually take out. Ooh, and it does. Look at that. That's 3 T3 mexes. No, 2 T3 mexes picked off. 2 very heavily damaged, with only 5 hit points remaining. That GC can 3 picked off. Nice work. And Nomad is again massing this vast horde of GCs and 1 chicken, just to be different. Under shields, with sniper bots, with AA. He is not finished with the GC play, not by a long shot. However, Bliss also now has T3 RT up, and he's immediately working on more, and he's working on more over here. In fact, he's got 2 T3 RT ups.
Strategic launch detected.
Who's nuking? Bliss is nuking. What's he nuking? He's nuking this forward base of Nomander, and I don't think there's actually any SMD to stop that. Nomander realizes that. Look, he's just sending everything away. But I'm sure that Nomander has SMD back here. Yes, he does. It's there. It's not loaded, though. Nor is that one. Oh, did Bliss just miss a chance to nuke Nomander right in the face? I think he did. I think if he'd known that none of those were loaded, he could have just hit that and utterly smashed South Team. But no, he's nuked the forward lines, and that has taken out some mexes. He follows it up with another one. Where's it going? Well, that looks like it's going back here, I think. Maybe. We'll follow that up in a minute. The RT bomb, we can see shells hitting here. Did Luke get through? No, he didn't. Where's he firing now? Well, we'll have to worry about that in a minute. Is Luke actually the target for this nuke? I've been called Luke Nuke, it rhymes. No, he's not, the army is. I've been calling him Glenn, I called him Luke. Pick a name, dude, pick a name. Then, whichever way. Either way, Nomander's main army is hit, but there's still a decent amount surviving in there. Killed the chicken, injured several of the GCs, and I'm seeing artillery fire falling down, and it looks like the return fire is heading up this way. Is it trying to break in over here? Have they seen the power? Yeah, look, that shield's been taking fire. They are absolutely trying to break through to the power before it goes up. Will they manage it? This is a big push from Bliss and Chancellor. Crabs, fatties. There were 2 fatties here, but this amount, and that's a big wave of whalers from Chancellor. I'm not sure that these megas are going to be able to survive. RT is raining down here, but the RT is just raining down everywhere, and that power is exposed. Is this so close? More shields are planned from Nomander. How's it going over here? Well, one of the crabs still survives, but isn't going to survive for long, and most of the XPs are still up for the northern team. We got a big push from Glenn coming in on the left, though. And Bliss has chickens, GCs everywhere, but they're just running after this army. And Glenn could actually get some significant damage done in here. I will check on it in a moment. But I think that power is going to go up. It's in the green, and just a few RT hits are getting in. The artillery fire is raining down. I was worried I missed a conquer when I heard that noise, but nope, that was just an SCU. Anyway, this is where we got to look, because we have a big bunch of these chickens charging in. Nice move from Glenn, turning 2 of the chickens around to stop Bliss's GCs, while these 2 chickens push on into the base. I wonder if that's Bliss's actual land HQ. Could be a nice pickup if it is. Lots and lots of Vulthul gunships coming in to stop the chickens, but the chickens are in here. That's going to be a problem for Bliss. SMD's going to go down. I think this RT goes down right now, and this one, which was nearly finished, is also going to be wasted resource. The whalers come in from Chancellor, but the RT is down. So is the chicken, though. As is the other RT. That is a great hit from Glenn. He's going to lose his chickens, he's going to leave some reclaim, but they've done the damage, and without the RT firing in, I think that Paragon is going to go up with no problem. Who's launching nukes? Bliss is launching nukes. Where's he launching nukes? He's trying to hit these, but that feels like the GCs are just not going to be there when it lands. That feels like it might be a completely wasted nuke. What's that on at the moment? 68k killed, 63k killed. That's a decent amount killed, given that he's only fired 2 nukes. But this one is... I'm not even going to bother. That's going to kill... nothing apart from 2 of his allies' AA attacks. That was a completely wasted nuke. Nomander's trying further spam here, but against this many Persies, slow firing as they are, plus 3 fatties in the back, I don't think that's going to achieve him anything. But he's coming forward, is Bliss. I think he's getting mech kills, but you know what won't matter about mech kills in a minute? That's what's not going to matter. The Paragon is up. Immediately, as so often happens, we have not 1, but 2 salvations started for Nomander. We have a Tsar started for Nomander. We have more GCs under production, of course. Now, what can North Team do? Until that moment, my money would have been on North Team, but the Paragon has managed to go up. Well, says Boom, they charge para? What else are they gonna do? This is the charge, and a defensive nuke is fired by Nomander to try and stop this army. Is Boom or Bliss going to anticipate that? Attack missile snipes trying to hit the GCs and so on coming in here, but I don't think they're being super well aimed. That's understandable because it's quite hard to hit a move. Boom! That's a good hit though. That GC nearly dead, that GC nearly dead, that GC actually dead. Another nuke is out from Bliss, and it's going to try and stop this shot. That Mega is going to die in the blast, as are a decent number of engines and a decent number of T3 units. Boom, Mega is taken out. That Mega is quite badly damaged too. But this is what we have to focus on. I keep hearing bombs and it's only SCUs. These guys have to get to the Paragon, but this Tsar, which has now been finished, is going to have something to say about it. These fellas here are going to have something to say about it. These Whaler gunships out from Paradox. This arty is going to try and get through anyway. If any of these get there, then the arty will break through. But that GC goes down to the Tsar. This GC goes down to the Whalers, and they're not going to get anywhere. Nomander keeps firing the nuke. And the arty is still hitting, but it's not enough on its own to get through. I think that was a last-ditch attempt, and I don't think they're getting anywhere further from that. Another push from Glenn up the left. There's only 1 chicken this time, with a decent number of Opiums in support. Smithers doesn't have much to stop it, so we'll have to come back to that and see how it performs. Another nuke just taking out the reclaim from Nomander, I think. And the RT is raining down on the Paragon, but I don't think it's going to get through. And the double salvations are not up yet, but it can't be long. Does Nomander have enough shielding? I think he does. Have they rebuilt any of... They haven't been able to rebuild here yet. I'm seeing 3 RTs from Bliss and a 4th on the way, but I mean, is it enough? Is it enough? What do we got? We've got a YOLO going up from Smithers. We've also got a YOLO going up from Glenn. Sorry for the epileptic zooming there. That's a big heap of strats from Chancellor, and it needs to be defending against this force from Paradox, which I completely missed moving forward there. So much going on. The fatty will probably be enough though, in combination with the turrets and the production of all these units. In comes a GC from Boom. This is quite a big force. We'll check back on it. How are those... Well, both salvations are now up, but the RT has broken through the shield here. The shields are coming back up though. They're going to be heavily assisted. Yeah, I thought that was close, but not quite the metaphorical cigar. Over here, how are we doing for Paradox? He's coming forward, but the fat boy is just holding. It's not quite enough, and this GC from Boom will make the difference. Over here, Glenn's army has reached Smithers. There is, however, a defensive chicken. There's PD going up. Will it be enough? This GC from Bliss will sandwich the chicken, and if it stops moving, which it does, then the GC is going to catch up. I think, therefore, that Smithers is going to survive without losing too much on this flank. Who's nuking? I can see on the minimap there that Bliss is nuking. Down goes the chicken for Glenn, and those Othiums, they're not going to be able to break in there, really, are they? Where's that nuke going? I think it's going for Paradox's army here, which has been pushed back. And we've got the air snipe. We've got the big air snipe. The strats are coming in from the Salvation. Smithers takes the air fight with Paradox. Why did you turn away? My dude, why did you turn away? Now you're just going to get mashed by the Zars. And you're going to get mashed by the ASFs. Why did you turn around, says Bliss, and I agree with him. Why? Are you trolling, says Strydxr. Genuinely. Why? And I don't disagree. Chancellor points out the Zars and the air wing, but all he needs to do was get through, get some hits on that shield, and the RT would have done the rest. The ASF didn't cover you. You had to commit, says Bliss, and as the Strydxr. They're right. They're right. I think that moment right there was when the game was still. Look, even if that shield were just a tiny bit down, this RT would be getting through. I think that was the moment. Paradox didn't even see you, said Strydxr, and I mean, was he wrong? Those were stealth ASFs. I think that was just Bliss. Yeah, Bliss says that was it. That was it. That was our last chance. I'm out of here. The Salvation has broken through and is killing the nukes. The nukes might have been something, but not anymore. And I think that is that, and we can just watch as everything explodes as North team is resigning. Smithers and Boom left all on their own by their teammates who have decided that it's not worth the fight. And to be honest, I do not blame them one little bit. Yep. There we go. The sword is flying as the North team resign. The fat lady is gonna be opening her mouth to sing. What would the fat lady be singing in this situation? Tell me in the comments. And South team win. Until the Paragon went up, that was so close. I couldn't have said which way it was going to go. But could North team have stopped that Paragon? Could they have scouted it better? Could they have attacked it better? Tell me what you think in the comments below. And while you're down there, don't forget to like, subscribe, and obey. I'm the Commissar. I will see you next time.